So then, the construction of the conjoined twin towers in Croydon has recently been completed. Now the reason why I call these towers the conjoined twin towers is because these were built as two separate towers and the lifts core of both towers was built first. Then after that was complete, then the floor space of the two towers was built, and that led to the two towers being joined together. So does this building count as two towers or one tower? Which is why I call it the conjoined twin towers. The taller of the two towers is 135 metres tall. And now these towers are completed, a very similar set of conjoined twin towers are being built behind these ones, and the new ones being built are even taller. These are 150 metres tall. Now Croydon has some very interesting construction methods, and a lot of the buildings are built on this weird method of the crane gets put on top of the building. How this works is the core of the building, the lift section, is built first, with the crane being raised as this part gets built. Then this crane constructs a crane on top of the central lift's core. This then in turn deconstructs the original crane, then the floor space of the towers is built, then the crane reconstructs the crane in its original position, and this in turn then deconstructs the crane on top of the building, and then the crane comes down. A very strange construction method. At this current moment in time, this new set of conjoined twin towers is currently at the stage where the lift's core is almost finished being topped out, but not quite, and the crane is still in its original position on the crane tower. So at this stage in the building's construction, this is a good moment to go and explore it. Found the ultimate crane to climb, 5 metres. Never done one so tall before. A long climb. Let's hope it dries so we'll get to the top of it. No, I don't want to climb that little segment of crane. In this video, we're going to attempt to climb the actual crane, and we're going to go up to the top of the taller of the two lift cores to take a look at the concrete factory and see how this building is being built. Let's go! So we climb up this building about 3 floors in the outer section of the building, where the construction at this point seems to be paused on the main area of the tower, and this is where you can see the main 2 lift cores being built. So let's now first attempt to climb the crane. But there's crane protection around the crane. We can't climb it. Wow! There's a little scissor lift on wheels which you can use to bypass crane protection. Let's go forwards again. Here's the crane. So we need to try and position ourselves up. So straighten up the wheel again. Straighten up the wheel, and now we go forwards. Don't want to hit those poles. So we can now turn the wheel left a bit. Okay, we've turned it here. Now we've got ready to get over our crane protection now. So now we need to take it up. Now we go this way. Now we go up. There you go, that's how we got the crane now. Look, perfect crane lift here. It's a bit loud, but yeah, we're going up a crane now. Perfect. But sadly, after doing this, further up the crane is more crane protection which we were not able to get past. So sadly we did not manage to climb this crane. But from here we do get a good view of the trains going past. So then we come back down the crane, and now let's take a look at the height of the 2 lift cores, which are not quite at a full height but are very close to it. And to get into his lift cores, let's use the scissor lift again to lift us up so we can get inside this section. Now the thing is, there's a gate there, so we can't actually go up our skyscraper, but don't worry, we're going to use this thing to go up to that window there and bypass it. We've almost lined up halfway, so we need to take it back. We need to line it up now. Yeah, this time I think will be our last side movement, because we now made it. Yeah, we now made it, so we need to straighten our wheels. Now we need to take it, now we can go up to our next floor up. So now, yeah, we now get up to our floor, we want to be up there. And here we are. I should have left it up here. Why it's so wobbly. And from here we go up the stairs, and we go up to about 2/3 of the way up. From here we can see where the crane is attached onto the building. Now, one of my friends actually wanted to climb across these very narrow beams which join the crane to the building. Like, that is really dodgy. We decided not to do it because it looked a bit too slippery. And now we climb up the stairs to almost the top of where the lift core has been constructed to. Above this is the concrete factory creating the lift core. We've arrived at the factory. So this is not topped out yet then? We stop here to take a look at one of these interesting little platforms protruding from a building which you often see on building sites. Do I dare trust that bit of my weight? Oh my, the factory goes up about 3 floors. The overhang is supported from the top there, supported across to there, supported to... Ooh, there's not much supporting the overhang. There's not much supporting it at all. Oh, it's this little platform. Do I dare go to the end of this platform and see the crane? If this platform falls, I am screwed. Platform, don't fall. There's not much supporting this platform, but I just wanted to see the crane. I'm going to get off this platform because this platform's fucking scary. This platform is incredibly scary. It's only held on by a couple of pit props. We now continue climbing up the stairs of this lift core, where there is the concrete factory building this section of the building. Now we're heading into the factory, and they haven't even poured the concrete on this part of the factory yet. The lower parts of this factory is where the stairs are being built, and the actual floor areas where you come out of the lifts. There's a pipe that I pour concrete through. In the top part of the factory, they haven't even built the stairs yet. So there's your pipe to pour some concrete. So they're now going to go out this, but it's not concrete, that's wood. They put wood there, and they put in the bar, then they put concrete over it. So this bit's not been built. I have to check it's not wet before I go on each bit. This is just wood, again, that's wood I'm standing on, that's the bar, and they'll pour up the concrete to about there. There's the lift shafts, they built the walls of the shafts before I build the floors and stairs. Now I've got a ladder.
This ladder's wobbling so bad.
Oh, is that how this ladder looks bad as well?
Is it attached to anything? Yeah.
So you can see they've still got kind of wet concrete because they've got a prop propping up this part. So this part hasn't actually fully finished yet. So now approaching the top of the concrete factory. I think we're on floor 52 and we go up to floor 53. But I've slightly lost count. I believe it's floor 52, and this ladder is wobbly and up to the top of the factory. If we go higher up the factory to the upper part of the factory, this is where the main concrete structure of the outer walls of the lift shafts are being built. Set up at the upper part of the factory. I've done a lot of URBEX, but I've never had a ladder that wobbly before. That is a wobbly ladder. So the lower part of the factory is making the actual stairs and the floors. The upper part of the factory is actually building the walls and the shafts. So on this upper part, they literally are building the lift shaft and the stairwell shaft. So at the upper level of the factory now. Down there is the lower level of the factory. And now we're going to head up to the very top point of the building, the roof. So we are now at the very top. And this is the concrete pour. That's where they pour the concrete. So we are above the concrete now. Everything you see now is made of wood and metal and supports the factory. We are actually at this current moment in time higher than the concrete pour. The different parts of the building are initially constructed out of wood. Bar is put into these sections and concrete is poured around the bar to create the concrete structure. And once the concrete has been added to the whole area, then the entire factory is jacked up and then the whole process then starts again. And you can see how let's have a close look at that. See that hydraulic mechanism there? Oh wow. to lift up the factory. So every time they do a bit more concrete pour, they then raise the factory higher. Look at the mechanism. Wow, look at that. This is literally your factory. You're literally in your concrete pour right now. Let's start pouring some concrete, put in more metal bar, then raise the factory up, and then repeat the whole process again. And that's how you build a building. Well, we are at the highest level now, apart from the concrete pour machine, which we'll go up to in just a minute. And up there is the crane. There is the concrete pour machine. And I've just found the ultimate thing that all buildings have to have. A piss bottle. Yummy. Now, my friend decides to climb the Alimat Heck lift track. He balances across the beam connecting the Alimat Heck track to the building. This is about 140 metres high, and from there he can climb up the Alimat Heck track.
Yes, I'm on it. Let's go.
Good idea,